This is Help Wanted, the show that makes your work work for you. I'm Jason Pfeiffer, editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine.
And I'm money expert Nicole Lappin. On Tuesdays, Jason and I answer the helpline and help callers solve their work problems.
And on Thursdays, I give you one way to improve your work and build a career or company you love.
And it starts now.
I grew up saying no. Maybe you relate to this. I defined myself by what I wouldn't do and who I wouldn't hang out with. Those kids, screw them. That music, hate it. That party, never. Then in college, I read an essay that changed my perspective. Dare I say, it changed my life. Today, I want to share it with you, and I want to challenge you to think deeply about what you say no to, what you say yes to, and whether you have the balance right. Because it is so easy to say no to new ideas, projects, people, experiences. No is safe and comfortable. But in the right moments, yes is what makes all the difference. So let's rewind to the moment that changed everything. But first, some context you may not know, depending on how old you are. In the 1990s and early 2000s, culture was defined by a big question. Are you a sellout? In other words, have you abandoned your authenticity to make money? Punk bands, street artists, indie filmmakers, when these people started making real money, their fans would scorn them as sellouts. I was an angsty teenager who believed in this. When a cool band signed a big record deal, I felt like they were abandoning me, that they were saying yes to things that we'd agreed to say no to. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, this made sense back then. Then Dave Eggers came along. He was an obscure indie writer who became famous in 2000 thanks to his excellent memoir, A Heartbreaking Work of Staggering Genius. People accused him of selling out too. Then he wrote a defiant response. I read it as a teenager and it shook me to my core. Here is just a little bit of it. It's worth reading the whole thing, but here's just a little bit. He writes, "The thing is, I really like saying yes. I like new things, projects, plans, getting people together and doing something, trying something, even when it's corny or stupid. I am not good at saying no, and I do not get along with people who say no. When you die, and it really could be this afternoon, you will not be happy about having said no. You will be kicking your ass about all the no's you've said. No to that opportunity, or no to that trip to Nova Scotia, or no to that night out, or no to that project, or no to that person who wants to be naked with you, but you worry about what your friends will say. No is for wimps. No is for pussies. No is to live small and embittered, cherishing the opportunities you missed because they might have sent the wrong message." Later, he wrote, "What matters is that you do good work. What matters is that you produce things that are true and will stand." I read that essay, and again, you should Google it and read the whole thing. I read that essay and I thought, my life will not be defined by the things I say no to. It'll be defined by what I try. We often measure ourselves by our accomplishments. Did we achieve the thing? Did we reach the goal? But these things aren't fully controllable. Achievements are hard and slow. Goals may never be reached. These measurements slow our sense of personal growth. So here's an idea. What if saying yes is treated as an accomplishment by itself? We don't give ourselves enough credit for effort, and I think that's a shame. In fact, culturally, we even demonize celebrating effort. Think of all the people who trash participation trophies because they think it teaches kids that winning doesn't matter. That's stupid. I have 2 young boys, ages 6 and 10, and they frequently refuse to try new activities because they're convinced they won't like them. I would love to see them try anyway. Effort will open their worlds. Effort is rewardable. And this extends to adults too. How many times have you said no because you were sure you wouldn't like something? What would have happened if you said yes instead? My guess, some things would have sucked and others would have been revelatory. Isn't massive good worth a little bad? Try this exercise right now. Make a list of 5 new things that you said yes to this year. Stuff that required effort, stuff you were unsure of. No matter how those things turned out, please think of them all as accomplishments. I'll be honest, as I think about this myself, I have fewer examples than I'd like. Yes, I've tried some new things this year, said yes to activities I was unsure of, took on some new projects. But now I'm thinking, could there have been more? Am I still playing it too safe? My list now feels like a motivator. It also feels like a reminder to keep adding more to that list. because adding more will feel good. Look what we've done here. When we celebrate yes, we incentivize saying yes. We create a positive feedback loop for ourselves. But let's be clear, not everything is a yes, and that's okay. You should not say yes to everything. That's just unrealistic. You should say no to many things, just like I do every day. If I said yes to every request I got, I would never have time for the things that I truly want to say yes to. That is the critical distinction. Saying no creates the opportunity to say yes. The word no buys you time, but it is up to you to spend that time wisely. Towards the end of Dave Eggers' essay, he writes this. He says, "I say yes because I am curious. I want to see things." I think about that so often. One day, if I am lucky, I will be 90 years old, and it will be harder to see things. I'll be weaker, more tired. I'll need to say no a lot more. That means the time is now, right this very second, to see things. Just like the time at age 22 when Dave Eggers was speaking at a venue 3 hours from me. I said, nah, that's too far. And then I said yes. And I drove and I saw him speak and I waited on a long line to meet him. And I took a very awkward photo and thanked him for the change he provoked in me. I will remember that forever. You only make memories by saying yes. Help Wanted is a production of Money News Network. Help Wanted is hosted by me, Jason Pfeiffer.
And me, Nicole Lapin. Our executive producer is Morgan Lavoie. If you want some help, email our helpline at helpwanted@moneynewsnetwork.com for the chance to have some of your questions answered on the show. And follow us on Instagram at Money News and TikTok at Money News Network for exclusive content and to see our beautiful faces. Maybe a little dance?
Oh, I didn't sign up for that.
All right, well, talk to you soon.